Alright, Shalom Michael, the high spirit lawyer of the GMS Mississippi camp, giving out glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashim, Hawashai, Bahashim, Hakodash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Alright, today I want to go into a topic, just going into relying on Egypt. Alright, because we were all born into a system in which you associated your survival with going through Egypt. It was second nature to go to a grocery store, work a job for these FRNs, to pay for food, like I said, at the grocery store. A lot of Americans go through a drive-through, or Esau gave out SNAP benefits or whatever. But even we talk about SNAP, but none of this shit is real. The FRNs, that's not a real system. And what Esau has done, through his corporations, is that he stripped Americans of their human rights to the planet Earth. It's like emasculation, Eating is rooted in your survival. The Most High created the planet Earth to be utilized and to be used to get your needs in life. All right, the scriptures in Sirach, I believe it's the 21st chapter, 30-something verse. I believe that's it. It said it goes into the principal things of life. And it goes into fire, it goes into shelter, it goes into bread, oil, wine. All right, it goes into these things, man. And all these things that are the principal things that come directly from earth. And although people look at America like it's more advanced than the ancient world, really, you utilize the earth to build a civilization, and that's really what makes men great. And that's the feat of men, ingenuity of men, is you utilize the earth through different branches of science, all right, different branches of wisdom. All right, you utilize the earth to create a civilization for your tribe, for your race, for your nation. All right, through agriculture, all right, through carpentry, all right, through like I said, masonry, all right. You have lumberjacks, all those different things. But when men work together, all right, to utilize the earth, you create your towns and you create your villages, all right. And although it's more rigorous, all right, you're dealing with the elements more. You're not in this cubicle, or you're not even in a warehouse. You're out in the elements. You have a system to take care of your basic needs, man. All right, and in America, through industrialization, all right, through the modernization of things, all right, through everybody gravitating towards the metropolitan area, all right, they've become more dependent on this system, which is going to be a system that's going to be powered by the beast. It's going to be powered by their charagma. So you're not going to enter into this system of convenience unless you have a charagma. All right, but once again, you have a hunger drive. All right, your body can't survive in the elements when it's cold outside or it's super hot. So it'll behoove people to have had a system in which they like the Amish. The Amish get it, and the Most High is gonna take care of the elect. It's not really saying, hey, we should go and learn how to build houses out of the woods or things of that nature. But it's just a discussion as to what we've been stripped of, man. Convenience has been weaponized because it's all you know. Nobody has a chicken farm anymore. Nobody, owns a lake with fish in it. That's the farmer's market was the marketplace. So like it's farmer's market. It's a market full of farmers to sell their produce. And you would have chickens there. You would have goat there. You would have, just different things, man. You could buy meat there, But it all came directly from the earth and it's healthier. As opposed to corporations being your supplier. But it tells you that you'll go through your enemy for one of all things. You see? Even the fiat currency, the price of living is higher because the dollar is getting weak, man. But they had no gold. There's no gold backing the dollar. It's just paper. When we say dollar, We don't even know what a dollar is. A dollar is a unit of measurement. That's why the British has their pounds. America has a dollar. A dollar, once again, is a unit of measurement. So you more precisely would say, I have $500 worth of gold. You see? So you have a gold certificate. It's a certificate that's basically a receipt for your gold, or a token for your gold, you know? Then outside of that, you have the barter system. You're trading goods, you know, you're trading goods, you're trading services for goods and vice versa. You see? We'll work for food, like the homeless man was saying, we'll work for food. It's like a barter system, you know? But that gives you your power back. But Americans were born and raised into a system in which basically depend on fiat currency. All right, and beyond food stamps, which a lot of us have tried to get that ourselves, you know, but just depending on the system, when you go to a job, well, eventually the job is going to be replaced with AI. The job is going to be replaced with AI. You know, or even right now, the jobs can't put a basket full of groceries, all right, in your refrigerator. You know, a lot of people, that is buying groceries per meal, groceries per recipe. But for a lot of us, gone are the days we could spend $300 worth of groceries. You know, whether it's SNAP or your own money. Gone are the days for a lot of us, man. But then again, we live in a world where convenience has been weaponized, and it's not natural to have done that anyway, because really you're just supposed to have the farmer's market, man. You know? And now you understand the importance of gender roles, to have a man that has a skill that gives him currency, that gives him money. You have a man that's a carpenter, you have a man that's a farmer, or y'all have food storage, or within your homes. You have food preserves within your home. Or you have instruments to give you heat in your home outside of the grid. You know, you have the lanterns, the kerosene lamps. You have the a manual stove that's powered by wood that heats up the whole house. It seems old-fashioned, but it keeps your ass alive. You know, a lot of our parents and grandparents grew up off of that, man. I've visited relatives in the country. They had that big stove that was the size of the kitchen, that was the size of the living room. All right, but it'll heat up the whole house, man. You see? And I would rather have that than depend on this system, and if the system collapse, you have nothing. But us, the hopefully, like we have, how about Hashem Shai? You see? But your two strongest drives, when you're stripped of that, all right, people are going to go crazy, and that's the point. When the two strongest drive, your reproductive drive and your hunger drive, man. Your drive to survive. You know? Your drive to survive, man. Your desire to be warm. I'm 30 degrees outside right now, so it's cold. You see? So I have the natural human desire is to be warm when it's actually cold outside, man. You see? It's a human desire. You desire heat. How many Americans can start a fire? You know, how many Americans can build a shed or a tent out of the elements? You know, how many Americans can turn dirty water clean? You see? How many Americans can hunt? They can fish. Now in the South, I would say there's quite a few people in the South that can hunt and fish, but you know, there should already be systems that bring food to your life. You see, outside of the government. You see, God wouldn't have to worry about an inflating dollar. All right, God wouldn't have to worry about SNAP. But Esau put everybody in a system that's dependent upon him, man. You see? And now everybody's in trouble because Esau stripped that convenience from us. He stripped that convenience from you, and everybody's like, "Oh shit!" because they thought that was just a part of everyday reality when it's not, you know. But that's pretty much the point, man. You know, once again, the hopeful elect is going to depend on Yahweh Bahashim Hashai. But with that, I hope this lesson was of edification. Once again, I want to give all the glory to Yahweh Bahashim Hashai. Bahashim Hakodash. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Well, peace and blessings, health and wellness in the house of everything elect. Abba, come and shower.